No, I didn't. I did it earlier, but I'll do it again real quick. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna pop the chat back in again. I don't know why every time you send a tweet out, you have to redo the chat, but that's okay. I got it. All right then, let's do it.
Yeah. You already know, but it's his though. Yeah. Look. Check it out, y'all. Make sure you all peek the weekly live NFL show and watch it blow with hosts JB, Glass, and Big Q. You know they are the NFL crew, covering the latest NFL news and covering all the team NFL prospect clues. Keeping the excitement going light, picking the biggest games of the week. On who rising to the peak of big and all the stars you can see. With the high segment, like winners, losers, and lot of me. Cause they is all about being around the clock with the comedy style. Top of show, and it's giving you the info in a funny way, in case you don't know. And you can join the conversation via Twitter using TeamBoydTV Live and get on all the hype. With 1,000 fans, you already know they do it right. And you could also log on to your PC, your Mac, or mobile. You already know they got you. The show be airing every Wednesday night, keeping the hype very tight. Being 3 of the highly rated on that YouTube. In case you didn't have a clue, now you know because they doing it so true. All just for you, yeah.
You are now tuned in to the dopest live NFL show on YouTube. This is TeamBoydTV Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This is TeamBoydTV Live. It is the dopest live NFL show online, and I dare anybody to dispute it. Hatbox, what's going on, man? I know I was talking to you on Twitter a little while ago. What's going on, Chief? Yes, it's gonna be a good show, man. We're gonna provide the best. Now, I don't know if you're an AFC South fan or not. That's what we're doing today. We're doing AFC South today, and this should be exciting. I don't know, because I know normally when we do the AFC South, it's like boring and we don't really care. But I'm actually excited about this. Glass, what's going on? Good to see you, bro.
What's up, man? What's up with my Twitter?
And look, I want to know if you were as excited about the AFC South. I mean, I think the AFC South is going to be good this year. What you think?
I'm excited for one team out of this division, maybe two, but it ain't all that, bro.
Okay. All right.
Hey, like I said, all the Twitter hustlers out there, I thank you guys for joining in. Everybody on Facebook Live, appreciate it. Yes. I'm glad I got my boy JB back. I missed him last week.
Yes, JB is back. Yeah. You know, look, we missed you a little bit last week. We missed your insight. You know, I'm using that term loosely. What's going on with you though? What's happening?
It's all good, man. What's up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Glass, Big Q?
Yes.
Sorry for missing last week, man, but I'm here now.
Yes, and we got listen. Glass, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. But we talking about I know why he's salty. It just came to me. I know why he's salty about the AFC South. He's salty about Brock Oswieler. He's salty about Brock Osweiler. What you think, JB?
Let's not take the fuck on that, bro.
Is he salty about Brock Osweiler? Is that what's going on?
Definitely, man. I mean, look who he got stuck with.
I know. There it is right there. Anyway, I want to welcome everybody to joining us this week for TeamBoydTV. Now, listen, we only got 2 more weeks before we get into some real stuff. It's 2 more weeks? Yeah, two, almost 3 weeks before we get into some real football action. Before we get into the show today, talking about the AFC South, I want to discuss something that happened yesterday for real briefly. Glass, I know you felt a certain type of way about it. You know, listen, the NFL promised us the Hall of Fame game between the Green Bay Packers and the Indianapolis Colts. And we were denied. JB, I was a little bit hot because I had been waiting all week to watch this game. And I'm using game, but it was a preseason game and all that kind of stuff. But it was still a fresh, new 2016 football game that I was going to get to enjoy. How did you feel when you heard the news 1 hour before kickoff?
I mean, for it to be canceled for the reasons was pretty piss poor for NFL standards.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, but for the people who was inducted to the hall, they're gonna forever be remembered in infamy that there was no game, even though the game is meaningless. It's just the ceremony of it all.
Absolutely.
And based on that, the fact that it was Brent Favre going there, that's horrible.
Bad business. Terrible situation for the NFL. Glass, look, I know you and Ezra and a couple of y'all, y'all on Twitter talking all crazy, talking about why you guys getting all excited about future CFL players and all this kind of stuff. Listen, man, football fans want to watch football. It don't matter that it's a preseason game. It don't matter that it was the Green Bay Packers and Indianapolis Colts. We wanted to see a football game because it was promised to us, and we didn't get it.
So you trying to say because I don't like preseason football, I'm not a football fan?
Look, I ain't implying nothing. I'm just throwing it out there.
Good, man. Listen, man. Roger Goodell got to apologize to y'all. He ain't got to apologize to me because I was sitting there watching none of them games. I don't watch preseason games. I wait for the real stuff to come on the show. Okay. That's just me, man. Okay. I got other things to do on my Sunday afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, right. I'm just saying. Look, I ain't saying that you should be thought less of because you don't want to watch preseason games. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is you and Ezra all on Twitter trying to make us feel bad because we wanted to see the game.
Okay, shouts out to Ezra, my man. He the one that was giving y'all the business. I was being polite. Right. I'm just saying, Roger Goodell need to apologize for y'all. He was the one who was like, he don't give a F about all that stuff,
Listen,
man.
I'm gonna tell you how bad it was, right? Not only did they wait 1 hour until before they even announced it as breaking news on NFL Network, because I was watching the Hard Knocks preview show, and then as soon as it went off, we got breaking news. The Hall of Fame game is. I thought it was a joke at first. Turn over to ESPN and see what's going on over there, and 1 hour, and the people were still filing into the stadium, JB. Now mind you, about 45 minutes had passed, and they were saying that they hadn't even announced it to the people in the stadium. They hadn't even announced it yet. What did you think about that when you saw that?
I just thought, like I said, it's piss poor management. These people came from all over and Brent Favre himself, and I just use him as an example. Was representing 4 teams or 3 or how many it was.
Yeah.
And I mean, a couple of.
I guess you would say 4 if you count Atlanta, I guess. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's different coaching staffs, it's different equipment managers, it's different people. I mean, people came far and wide, fans came far and wide, and you ruined. I know it's a meaningless preseason game, but that's part of the ceremony. That didn't happen. It
didn't happen.
I understand you guys saying it was piss poor. I ain't gonna knock about that. It's $1 billion corporation right here, and you guys gonna wait till last minute to do all this stuff. You knew how the field was. You knew how the paint was gonna do. But then again, let's flip it over. I'm glad that they canceled the game because I would have been no for the simple fact I didn't want anybody to get hurt.
Right. Okay.
That's the only reason.
Right, and so that got to be talked about too. So the players came out to the field and they tried to warm up and stuff, and and some of them were saying, "Hey, listen, man, like the middle of the field is a little." It's unsafe. And so, at the end of the day, now, even though we were denied the game that I felt like we deserved because they promised it to us, right? We get this game every year. It's part of the whole Hall of Fame weekend, right? Like JB said, it was something that's part of the deal. And we didn't get it, even though I was upset about it. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to see players go out there and, get messed up on that turf. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to. The sad part about it is that they just donated all that money to Canton to do all these upgrades and renovations to that stadium. And they canceled the game on some paint. You know what I'm saying? Like that part is kind of messed me up. You know what I mean? But
then you got all. I mean, granted, this is the players is part of the NFL as a business.
Yeah,
they're more concerned about what could happen to them opposed to the people who telling what it means that they took or the things they had to do to get there.
Absolutely.
They were still trying to get seats.
Yeah.
And come on, man.
They were still like, I remember when they first announced it was only a little bit of people in the stands, but as they were going through and they were interviewing different people and all this kind of stuff, next thing you know, they were still letting people inside the stadium. The stands were still filling up, and they got this big gigantic video board over there, and they still didn't tell these people what was going on. They still didn't tell them what was happening. And I was like, oh, this is bad. This is we kicking off the season the wrong way with stuff like this, you know what I mean? But I felt it was worth a discussion because a lot of people were upset about it, me included, and other people didn't really care, like Glass and Ezra. But it's all good, But that's not really what we're here to talk about today, right? That's not what we're really talking about today. We got the AFC South, which Glass, look, you giving it the whole hum. I think this is an exciting division, right? Let me set it up. Let me set it up for you, right? So you understand what's the gravity and the magnitude of what's happening in the AFC South, okay? Let me start by saying this. We saw what happened with Marcus Mariota in his rookie campaign. I ain't gonna say he turned the team around or nothing like that, but his performance in his rookie season was I think it was beyond everybody's expectations. JB, do you think Marcus Mariota played beyond expectations?
I do. I think so. But, I mean, the story that's happening now is not so much about him.
Yeah.
It's about, players like, Green Beckham, Henry's there from Alabama. They got DeMarco Murray. This is year 2. All the installs are there for Dick LeBeau. I mean, it's promising. It is.
If you're a Tennessee Titans fan, it's been a while before you was able to really, like, sit in front of the game on Sunday and actually celebrate, watching your team play. On the flip side, I know you're salty about this, right? But Houston has been the team that's pretty much been, given the division by default because everybody else sucks so bad. And they really been getting beat in the playoffs all the time. But the issue was they didn't have a quarterback. They've been searching for a quarterback for 4 years. They got something, in Brock Osweiler. I mean, that's what they think. I mean, we ain't really seen a whole lot of Brock Osweiler, but they paid him a bunch of money. They brought him in as their franchise guy. He is the dude that they put their faith in to lead this team over the hump. Because, they've been winning the division again by default, but they haven't been able to live up to the hype in the playoffs. So with the addition of Brock Osweiler, among other things, I know we got some issues going on with the Andre Hopkins and all that stuff, but beyond all that, with Osweiler joining the fold, I think that gives them one hell of a chance to make an impression in the playoffs this year if they make it that far. Glass, how you feel about that?
Man, come on, see, I don't like the way you just set me up, man.
Yeah,
why did you give JB a text?
Word.
And you gonna give it to me because you know how I feel about Osweiler, man. Listen, Osweiler,
this thing over here.
Osweiler is a good quarterback. I just don't like the way he left. I've said this in the past couple of episodes here on TeamBoydTV Live this season, but he is a quality quarterback. Just like you said, we only had an eight game snippet of what he could do. I don't like his attitude because I don't like how he was pouting because he got sat on the bench. I mean, we're talking about Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we had to do what we had to do just to even make it to the playoffs. Because at that time we was playing the Chiefs, and if we lost to the Chiefs, we was either gonna be out of the playoffs, the bottom of the playoffs. We had to win that game to take the AFC West. So I understand it. Brock Osweiler, get your money. I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, get your game. But when you come see us, what week? Let's see, week 7. Who's his backup? Brandon Whedon?
Yeah.
Get ready. That's all I gotta say.
Listen, JB, I don't know if you feel the same. He's salty about this. He's salty about this, right?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm good, man. Listen, wait, stop. I'm good, bro.
Okay.
My last name is not Morton.
Okay,
all right,
okay,
it ain't long. All I know is I'm gonna be good till he comes see us.
Okay.
In week 7.
What if the inevitable? Okay, I ain't even gonna get into that. But okay, it's cool. Listen, but I'm excited to see Brock Osweiler come and give the Houston Texans a legitimate quarterback, right? Because we had a bunch of they went through a bunch of different quarterbacks over the last couple of years, and they weren't able to get it done. Now, so you still got the Jacksonville Jaguars, who I'm super excited about. Blake Bortles showed last year that he should be put in the conversation with some of these other quarterbacks. I ain't saying he should be put in the top 5 and nothing like that, but he is a capable quarterback along with all the weapons that he got that are coming in on their own. I feel like Jacksonville, right now in my heart, I feel like they my favorites right now in this division. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But JB, the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, we've been mentioning them slightly on the show so far this season. Just like the Raiders, they're a team that's full of promise. What you think?
I believe in them, man. I think they've been slowly building this thing for a couple of years now. They receiving cores. They are right there in the conversation with the top 5 in the league.
They are, man.
So they're a few pieces away. I think this year, giving some balls bouncing their way and just playing what they did last year, they could probably make some noise.
I seriously believe it. I think You know, Jacksonville, they played some tough games last year, and they kind of proved that, you know, listen, you can't really overlook us. Now, the last team that I want to talk about before we get into the schedules and stuff is the Indianapolis Colts. Now, they had a disappointing season last year, compounded with injuries to the quarterback, a non-existent rushing attack, no pass rush. They had T.Y. Hilton, right? They had him, but nothing was really going right for this team. And this team was the team that, you know, I think last year I put them in the Super Bowl last year, and they turned in the performance that they turned in, and so I was really, really, really wrong about that. But, you know, going into the season, I felt like they were the team that was a dominant team in this division. That turned out to be the case. Glass, when you look at now coming off what they're coming off of, because they're coming off, you know, pretty rough season last year. Indianapolis, do they return back to dominant form and take their division back, or are we ready to pass the torch?
I think we might be. I ain't gonna say get ready to pass the torch. It's gonna be a nice little division. They got one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and sometimes that's all you need. Top quarterbacks. Defensive wise, they need a little help. They're getting kind of old in the two. I have to give Indianapolis credit because they went ahead and drafted Ryan Kelly from Alabama as a center, so that might be a little help for Andrew Luck. And like you said, T.Y. Hilton, you can't go wrong with him. Dante Moncrief jumped off the page last season for a little bit for help. Like I said, defense, they need to add more pieces. You know, they had a little situation with Pagano and the GM. Hopefully all that cleared up and they can get down to Colts football. So they'll be running. They're in the top running for the division.
I disagree. I don't like them. I think they're in flux. I think when Andre Johnson couldn't be successful there and he go and want to get balls from Mariota in a divisional rival team, that's young. That says a whole lot. A lot of people discredit Johnson's credentials at this part of his career, but that guy got out of there and went to Tennessee. He didn't go to a whole nother conference or a whole nother team. He went to another team where he got to see the Colts again twice. That's credible to me because I respect Andre Johnson's game. So there you go.
Wow. So listen, Panthers fan says a conspiracy theorist told me that the Colts will beat the Vikings in the Super Bowl. I don't believe him. I don't think the Colts. I can't. Vikings in the Super Bowl. It's a really small chance we might be able to see that, but that's a stretch though. Vikings. I think they're close. Not now though. I think they got a couple years away. I believe. Okay, so let's get into it, Glass. What are we going to say?
Well, they definitely got to beat the man to get there. And
absolutely.
You got to beat him, man. I know they did last year, but that guy's been a constant ever since he took over the Green Bay Packers as the quarterback.
Absolutely, no doubt. Yeah, Glass. What we headed first?
We have, as always, bottom to the top. So you know who was in the bottom. We got the Tennessee Titans that finished the season 3-13 last season.
Okay, so I guess we so close to the season that my little synopsis that they usually give me, they don't give it to me no more because I guess it's gone now. Because whatever, it's cool. I don't need your listen.
You know what? Okay, I'll give you a little synopsis.
Okay,
Tennessee Titans. As much as I love my family from Tennessee, as much as I want to love the Tennessee Titans, they're gonna be trash this year, bro.
Wow.
Number one, you got Mike Mularkey. What the hell, Mike Mularkey gonna do as head coach? He was garbage when he was in Buffalo. He was garbage when he was in Jacksonville. What do you expect from him? All you did was move up. You got rid of Kid and Wisenhunt, and you bring up Mularkey that was already on staff. This man will not have a job next season. I hope he's renting a house because I don't see anything different with Marcus Mariota. Is the only bright spot they have. You had your top receiver was your tight end. Enough said. You're gonna bring in. I know they picked up DeMarco Murray. Great push, but DeMarco Murray only did great things when he had a line in front of him. Right. What kind of line they got in Tennessee?
They ain't really got that much of a line. But on one of the comments you made, I know another team whose top receiving target was a tight end, and they was playing in the Super Bowl. But that's I'm just throwing it out there. It can be it can happen.
Once again,
it can happen. I'm just saying.
Okay. Who else they have on wide receiver? That's what I'm saying. At least you had at least one more.
They got Wright. They got
they got Roddy White. They do got him. Yeah.
I don't know about Roddy White. I said Kendall Wright. They got Kendall Wright. They got Thorough Green Beckham. They got Andre there. They got
always hurt.
Well, hold on. That's Roddy White did land in Tennessee. No.
Who?
The dude from Atlanta.
Roddy White?
Yeah.
No.
He ain't got no job yet.
You talking about Kendall Wright?
Right away, still ain't got no job.
He's somewhere, but I don't think he's in Tennessee.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So anyway, they got wide receivers though. They do, and they got a credible running back. I don't know about. I can't really give props to their offensive line because that one is a tough one, right? We just got to see how they gel. But listen, I think in this division, right, especially from what they showed last year, and they weren't even as good as they are now. Like, I mean, on paper, I'm just saying we ain't seen them play yet, but they didn't have all the pieces they got this year. So I don't know. I think anybody can win this division. I think it's a tough
think the Tennessee. I think Tennessee's receiver corps could do work in this division because there's only 1.5 team that's playing defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the Texans and Jacksonville is the whole team. Yeah. I don't. And you have to give Tennessee's defense some credit when Dick LeBeau is your it's his assistant there. So
yeah. See, there you go.
They're gonna be decent.
And you know what? Let's look at this schedule here, and let's see.
Let me just interject. I hear what all y'all saying. It sounds good and all that. Tennessee. You guys really don't believe that, right?
Tennessee, man. Tennessee, bro.
Okay, all right. Tennessee. You know what? It's going to show in the pick 'em and shut up league. That's all I'm say.
Here we go. Yeah, right, it's definitely going to show whoever picked Tennessee. Let's look at the schedule, though, right?
Let's go.
Late bye week, right? Come way down in week 13, right? They got their first test at home against the Vikes. That's a tough one. Got the Vikings on the road, though you can catch them slipping. I don't know. Then you got I say I'm gonna give them a loss to the Vikings. Then they go to Detroit. They can beat Detroit. The Raiders come in there. Raiders don't give them a hard time. I think they'll lose to the Raiders. They got what it takes to. Well, they play the Texans in Houston, so they'll probably lose that game too. Okay, and then they go to Miami. I think they'll lose that game as well. And then you got the Browns. They can beat the Browns, right? 6-7 Colts. I think they can win against the Colts. And we'll go to 8. They'll lose against the Jags. So I got them split now. 4-4. JB, let's do you first. What you got?
Through the first 4 games, I'll give them 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. So I mean, split that one. That's a pretty good setup they got right there. Not bad. All right, Glass. Here we go, Mr. Because he's getting ready to crap all over him. Here it comes.
Did we go to week 8?
Yeah.
1-7. And that win is on the Browns.
And the Browns, right? I kind of figured you could
better be happy.
They can't even beat Detroit. That's sad.
That might be a game, but I'm gonna give them an L because it's in Detroit.
It is in Detroit, right? Yeah, but if they can't beat Detroit, dude, ain't no hope. I'm just saying, ain't it?
Dang, you trash Detroit all the time. But anyway, back to this. 1-7, bro.
We're gonna get to Detroit next week, as a matter of fact. Let's see. Here we go. They go out west to face the Chargers. I got them winning against the Chargers. Got them losing against the Pack. Let's see. The Colts beat them at home, so they go to Indy and beat the Colts. They beat the Bears. Go on a bye. Lose to the Broncos. Lose to the Chiefs. Lose to the Jags. Beat the Texans at home, which puts them on the season 9-7. 9-7.
We talking about the Tennessee Titans, right?
9-7.
Okay.
Look at the schedule, bro. 9-7.
You said I'm looking at the schedule. I'm making sure we on the same page.
Okay, so what you seeing there? Because I mean, look, you trying to tell me they can't beat the Chargers in San Diego?
Man, after week 8, they might beat the Colts. They might beat the Bears. After everything said, and they got a late bye week too. Man, this ain't looking good for them, man. 3-13.
Oh no, I completely disagree with that. You got to give them 1-3, bro. That ain't gonna work.
Shoot, listen. Mike Mularkey will be looking for a new job next year. 3-13, same as last year.
That's a tough one right there, man. I think they way better than that. JB, where you got them at, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and give them 9-7, 8-8 myself.
See, that makes a little bit more sense. You got them losing to the Dolphins. Well, I had them lose to the Dolphins too, but you got them losing to a lot of teams that they could.
I'm trying to find these 9 games y'all looking for.
Do you want me? I give you specificity, man. I'm tell you who I know they can beat. They beat Detroit. They can beat Houston. They can beat Miami because they're gonna be beatable. They're gonna beat Cleveland. They're gonna beat the Colts. Mm-hmm. They're gonna probably split with the Jags. They could get the Chargers. They could get the Colts. They get Chicago, and they probably, I said, maybe a sweep. Now, not a sweep over the Houston Texans.
I don't think it'll be a sweep over the Colts.
I say the Texans rather than the Jags.
Yeah. I can't see a sweep over the Colts, but maybe because it depends on what kind of Colts we see. If we judging it on what we saw from the Colts last year, then maybe I think they are definitely a better team than the Colts that we saw last.
How? I don't see how. I mean, personally, I don't see how they got better.
No, what you mean? I ain't talking about, I'm talking about, you said that they would sweep the Colts, and I was like, maybe not.
I think so. I think they took a step back.
Yeah, it's like it really depends on which Colts we see. If we saw the Colts from last year, then yeah, definitely. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, even if they got marginally better, I mean, they got some problems, man.
Yeah. Panthers fans says San Diego still ain't signed their rookie from Ohio State yet. Yeah, a couple other teams ain't really signed they picks yet either, man. He said Detroit versus Cleveland, winner gets the #1 pick. Yeah, I feel you on that. So Glass, you giving them no improvement, and the coach gets fired. That's where we at. Wow, coach gets fired.
I'm playing Nostradamus up in this piece.
Hey,
bro.
man, you know.
Hey, I'm gonna see you and say Dick LeBeau saves that man's job.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
It's gonna have to happen like that.
Today when I was setting up the show, I'm just gonna throw this tidbit out there to you. I was watching some old Team Boy. I was watching an episode from week 6 of 2014 season, when I was telling you how me and Vernie was trying to book the trip to Santa Clara because the Panthers was going to play in the Super Bowl, and you and JB gave me the business on that shit. I was just watching that earlier today, and I thought it was pretty funny. I started to play a clip, and but it'll come up.
But how random is that?
I was just because he was saying he was Nostradamus. I was thinking about him, later on in the season when I pull this clip back out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. You
All right.
know what I mean? Okay, so where we going next?
Next team up is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fair season.
Jacksonville Jaguars. What they finished there last year?
5-11.
5-11. I'm telling you, we talked about Jacksonville in the beginning. I like what's happening in Jacksonville. Still not a fan of the coach. Still not a huge fan of him. But, I got to admit the things that they're doing and how they're building through the draft and stuff like that. The team is coming along. It's coming along a little bit slower than some of these other teams, but it is coming together. I actually think it's coming together around the same speed as maybe Oakland, but maybe Oakland is doing it a different way through, defensive players versus, Jacksonville going with the offense and that kind of thing. But yeah, should be good to go. All right. So let's look at it. They got the Packers coming in week 1. More than likely they're gonna lose that game. Even though it was a season opener at home with the swimming pools popping and all that cool stuff, the energy gonna be crazy. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an upset right there. But if I'm putting money on it, I'm gonna put the money on the Green Bay Packers. Right? They travel out west to go see the Chargers. I'm gonna go ahead and say Jacksonville beats the Chargers. They got the Ravens at home. They will probably more than likely lose that game. They got the Colts at home. They beat the Colts at home. They got an early bye at 5, right? We'll keep on going there. They go to Chicago. They can win in Chicago. Oh, man, it's a shame I'm giving them all these home losses. But the Raiders come in there, and the Raiders going to beat them too. And then, of course, they go out to Tennessee on week 8, division matchup, first one of the season. On the road, they lose to the Titans here. So through 8 again, wow, they ain't got that many wins. So I got them beating the Chargers and the Bears, and that's it. So it's 2-6. That's 2-6. Where you at, JB?
I'm gonna have to agree with you. First of all, I want to say I like Jacksonville, and I'm high on them, and I hope they do a little bit better than what I'm seeing. But the schedule is
rough. Yeah.
So, but through the first 4, they don't lose the season opener. They'll win that West Coast trip. They'll lose to the Ravens, not because it's my team. I just know one went down when we got beat by them last year at home. They'll beat the lowly Colts. They'll beat the Bears. They'll lose the shootout against Oakland, and then they'll lose against Tennessee.
Yeah, not bad. So you gave them one more win than I gave. I gave them 2. You gave them 3, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Glass, what you
All right. I got the season opener. I got them losing, but I wouldn't be shocked if they win because people forget 4 of the top defensive players on the Packers might be on suspension.
Right.
2 already on suspension with Pennell and Goodson. Then we don't know about Peppers and Clay Matthews. So they might sneak one in, but I'm gonna put the L on this one. I got them beat the Chargers. I got them losing to the Ravens, beating the Colts after the bye. They could beat the Bears. They're gonna lose to the Raiders and will beat the Titans.
Okay.
You just don't like Mike Mularkey. What's the bad taste about, man?
So was you getting 4-4? Is that what that was?
They ain't even retread. He's just a ball tie that just threw on the car, man. I don't. Man, Mike Mularkey is not a head coach, man. I don't know why.
Well, you know, see, the thing, he might not be like the type of head coach that you kind of find like, you know, you define as, you know, head coach. But I think the team will help carry him, though. I think the team will rally behind the coach. I think they will.
But to your credit, Glass, what is Mike Mularkey's credentials? I mean, how did he get even in the rotation to even be considered as a head coach?
I have no idea.
I never heard of the guy. So I mean, I respectfully, man, I see where you're going with this, but
Right. Yeah.
somebody like him.
Man, listen, he went 14-18 in Buffalo. He went 2-14 in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You tell me what's the upside? What's the glowing light you see behind him?
You gotta look at the time. You gotta look at the time frames. You gotta look at the time frames and look at what he was handed, right? So you can say the same thing, right? Like I don't see you saying things like that about, you know, coaches like Raheem Morris. He was handed a pretty pathetic squad, right? You know, so was Ron Rivera. So
Okay, let me ask you something, Raheem Moore.
Yeah.
How many chances he had?
He wasn't there his whole contract.
Mike Singletary had one shot.
Exactly.
Right.
This man has 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
That's all I'm saying. You know, hey, if you like Mike Mularkey, cool.
No, I ain't saying I like him.
I don't understand why he's a ball retread tire. That's all I'm saying.
Somebody like JB said, somebody.
You know why I'm upset? Because I like Tennessee Titans, man. Like I said, I'm from Tennessee, and I don't appreciate them. I'd rather you bring back Wisenhunt.
Yeah.
Maybe he resonate with the players, you know. Maybe the players, because the players ultimately, you know, I mean, I'm sure they run that bottom. They just don't stick a guy in there who don't, you know, really.
Yeah, like they did in San Francisco last year. They just brought some dude in and threw him in there. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no track record whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard of that guy either, man. I thought it was like I called him the mustache. I still don't know his name.
Right. What his name was? Tamsula or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and pick it up. Okay. So they got not a division game. They got to go out west again to face the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah.
Loss.
Can't see him winning that game. The Texans roll up in there with Brock Osweiler, and guess what? The Jacksonville Jaguars take them. Then they go and beat the Lions and get trounced by the Bills. So I gave them what? Loss, win, loss. So that's 2. Broncos gonna beat them. Here come the Vikings. The Vikings coming in there. The Vikings coming in there into Jacksonville. That's interesting to me. You know what I mean? You know what? I say Jacksonville wins that game because it's in Jacksonville, right? They got the Texans at home, which they'll probably lose the home game against the Texans, and they will win the home game against the Titans as well, and they will lose against the Colts at home. So look, that put them on the season at 8-8. So they put them on the season at 8-8. So that's actually you know better. That's an improvement under Gus Bradley. Yeah, what you think?
Where we at?
We went over to the end.
9.
Yeah, we're at week 9 right now. Huh?
Okay, I got them losing to the Chiefs, beating the Texans. They're gonna beat the Lions and the Bills. They're gonna lose to the Broncos. They're gonna lose to the Vikings, and they're gonna go on the 3-game win streak to get the division. Got them finishing 9-7.
9-7, yeah, that's you know, not bad. That's actually either 9 or 10 wins is probably gonna win this division right here. Right. Probably gonna win this division. All right, JB, where you got him at?
Just without going through the list here, because it's some variables, but I'm agree with Glass about the 9-7. But I think it's a 10th game variable between them and the Tennessee Titans. 10 wins will win this division. I don't like the other 2 at all. I don't think the Texans won it with 10 games last year.
Nope, they didn't.
Okay, so that says it all right there without saying it.
Yeah. Well, at the end of it, we get our division winner that we thought we was gonna get, but we still got a couple teams to talk about. I'm saying, right? But yeah, Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville got enough. What it takes to win. 9 or 10 is gonna do it. That's what it's gonna be. And I don't know. I know. Tennessee ain't gonna get 10, right? Even though I think they improve from 3 or wherever they were at last year. I don't think they're going to get 10. So that's what that is. So the next team is who? The
Indianapolis Colts that finished the season 8.
8-8. Okay. All right, so let's look at this because this is weird here. So they open up against the Lions at home in Indy. You know, I got the Lions taking another L here. And so then they go to Denver, right? And so this game used to have significance, but now Peyton Manning ain't around almost, so it ain't got no significance now. And, you know, and the Broncos going to destroy them and at home. So then you got the Chargers coming in there and Colts, Chargers. I see the Colts taking the L to the Chargers here in week 3. All right, and then I already said that they will lose the road game against the Jags already. Got Chicago taking another L. I got Chicago taking a bunch of L's. And then I got them going to see the the Houston Texans. In Houston, they lose. And then in Tennessee, they lose. Then they lose against the Chiefs. And then they lose against the Packers. So out of these 9 games, I got them winning 2. Yeah, that makes them 2-7. 2-7, JB. Where you at?
I'm going to raise you 1 game. It's like 3-6. I don't believe in the Indianapolis Colts.
I mean, I just judging by what we saw, the tangible stuff that we have right now. It is tough to put the Colts over. It's kind of tough. Glass, where you at, man?
Well, I'm gonna raise y'all 2. I'm gonna give them 4 games. I got them beating the Lions, the Chargers, the Bears, and the Titans. They're gonna lose the rest of the games. So I got them going 4 and what's that one? 4 and 5.
So you got them going in there into Tennessee and winning the game in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Then I got their bye week at week 10, right? And then the last couple of games of the season, I got the Titans at home again. And this is what because I had them losing against the Titans, but now I got them winning. I got them getting beat by the Steelers. I got them getting beat by the Jets. I got them getting the game back against the Texans at home. They go to Minnesota and get beat. They go to Oakland and get beat. And they lose their last home game at home against the Jags. So, man, they put them at 5-11 on the season. Hadbox said Colts only go 9-7, but still win the division. He said 9-7. We saying 5. I mean, I'm saying I got 5 wins. Glass. He gave him 9. Where you at? He gave him 9.
I got them. Ooh. Okay. Win against the Titans, lose next 2 against the Steelers and the Jets, win against the Texans again. No, I'm sorry. No, they win the Titans. They're going to sweep the Titans. They're going to split against the Texans. They lose the next 2 against the Vikings and the Raiders, and they're going to lose the Jaguars. So I got them finishing 6-10.
He gave 1 more game than me. 9 Hatbox. 9?
9. He on that Andrew Luck.
Maybe. I'm just saying, like, on the data that we have in August, 3 or 4 weeks before the season start, I can't see 9. I can't. JB, where you at, man?
5-11, 6-10, and finish last in the division. Look, man, Andrew Luck don't play defense. The team had defense was out there. Look, Frank Gore in there. I mean, you Andre Johnson on the outside, Moncrief.
Yeah.
What's the other guy that you mentioned? T.Y.
Yeah.
Look, Andrew Luck don't run the football. Andrew Luck don't play defense.
Yeah.
They suck, man. I mean, and they lost stuff. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
If the Houston Texans, remember how they started? I think they was in the 0 for hole, just like the Ravens was and a few other teams. And winning the division. When it was clearly anybody's.
Yeah.
Right.
Up to 9 weeks, it was anybody's division.
He's still pulling for Luck. It's been rough the past few years. And it has, man. Like, now he had some shining moments, last season. They rolled up into Carolina last year and put on a pretty good performance. Like they almost beat the Panthers. They did. So I mean, he wasn't that bad, but then he got hurt and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. It's just you never know how he recover if he come back out and be the guy. I don't know. Like you said, JB, he can't do it by himself, though.
That's the most interesting part of it to me. That debunked the whole argument. Andrew Luck don't. We talking about a defense that's given up on average last season.
Yeah. And
I know they probably done some things here and there, but 17 game. Are you kidding me, man? Mostly in the second half.
Yeah. Sure enough, I agree with that. 9 is going to be a stretch. Now, not saying that it's impossible because we don't know, right? But it's hard to see that right now. For me, it is anyway. I'm just saying. For me, it is, right? Okay. Now, this one is interesting because like we said in the beginning, this team is I don't want to sound like that guy, but I don't think the Houston Texans have ever been as good as the sum of their parts, right? If you look at some of the players they got, Hopkins, Watt, the one or two I can really think of. Well, back in the day they had the running back guy. What was his name?
Aaron Foster.
Yeah, like it's just like they had some good players, but they just never. The team has never been better than the individual players on the team, if that makes sense. They can't really, and they've been handed, like especially over the last 2 seasons, they've been handed the division because the other teams went up to par. Tennessee has been rebuilding. Jacksonville has been bad for so long because they've been rebuilding for so long. They've been changing coaches and everything going on in Jacksonville. And, the only real competition they had was Indianapolis. And, and honestly, with Indianapolis falling off the way they fell off, who else going to win a division? Who else going to win it, right? You know what I mean? So it falls to Houston every single time. And they done went through 6 quarterbacks in the last 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. Is that right? 6? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6 quarterbacks. Lost a bunch of stuff. I think they had, after Foster, they brought in that other guy who was running the ball, and then he didn't make it. It's been crazy, man. Like, and then now under Bill O'Brien, they look like a different team. They seem a little bit more aggressive. They've been playing big in some games. It's just, we talking about getting out of you're getting a division for free. Number one, right. They're giving you the division for free. So all you got to do is play well in the playoffs, and they can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? So
when you win by default and you go to the playoffs and the team you play against make you look like you don't belong, then you didn't. Right. You didn't respectfully and rightfully win your division. They just gave it to you because everybody else sucked. Basically won with 8 games. That's ridiculous, man.
That's pretty rough, man. It's pretty rough.
To the positive of the Texans, I agree with everything with JB is saying, but now they got it. They got their quarterback in Brock Osweiler. Yeah. They brought in Lamar Miller from the Dolphins as their running back behind Alfred Blue or vice versa. Mm-hmm. They already had Cecil Shorts over there. I like Cecil Shorts when he was in Jacksonville, so they got him over there now to help out DeAndre Hopkins. And they drafted, what's his name, Braxton Miller, from Ohio State. So that's offensive help that they need. They don't need any help on defense. You got J.K. Watt. I can't remember the guy that drafted all this. Clowney, thank you. Yeah. And it's gonna look good. They got Cushing. Let's not forget they got Brian Cushing. So they might, and they got a good coach in O'Brien. So they might be making a solid turn to the better.
Check it out, Glass. Okay, when you look at that Houston Texans logo, first name come to your mind.
J.J. Watt.
In that organization, period, right? Mm-hmm. It's J.J. Watt, right?
J.J. Watt.
Right. It's about 90 light years down the road till you get to the next name.
Yeah, I don't think the separation is that much between Hopkins and Watt. But yeah, when you see the logo, you think of Watt.
Hopkins. Okay, but they gotta have somebody to throw it to him. Yeah. He ain't gonna have the comfort of getting that mulligan like he had Osweiler, like he had in Denver. Right. He could make a mistake because defense had his back. Mm-hmm. This is not that caliber defense.
I got you, but I think O'Brien, you gotta give O'Brien some credit. I think he's gonna be able to make this turn for the better. For some fact, let's not forget he came from Penn State. Yeah. And you know what kind of trash they was coming from. He turned that team around. So when he came to the Texans, he turned the team around. He just didn't have a quarterback.
Right.
Hey,
right.
If you look around that division, there's only a couple of teams in that division that's ready to do something. And I'm just speaking of this division in general. I'm not talking about outside of it because we see what they do outside of it. They all smoke pretty good, except for Jacksonville lately. But anyway, they got Mariota promising. Luck, and then they gave it to him. I ain't ready to crown him anything yet. And what is that? Bortles in Jacksonville. Yeah. And then you got Osweiler, who ain't proved nothing but to be a reliable backup.
Right. Yeah. So here's the thing. I believe this whole entire thing, it hinges on what we get out of Osweiler, right? Because like I said, I think Osweiler sold the team a bill of goods, or his agent did, or whatever. Because he coming from a Super Bowl winning team, even though he didn't really contribute nothing to the team. He played a couple games early in the season, but honestly, like you was talking about how he he was a little bit upset about not being able to finish out the season, and they brought Peyton Manning back in, which I would feel a certain type of way too, but, based on the way Peyton was playing at that particular time. They could have did that with Osweiler. And that's what he was thinking. Like, well, why pull me if all he going to do is just hand the ball off and throw screen passes all the time? You know what I mean? Like,
I got that. But that was only a short period of time. You knew Peyton Manning was out the door.
Yeah.
You knew he was out the door. So you couldn't just hold back your animosity towards John Elway for a holding back team that you had to go across. I mean, if it was for the money, cool, but we know it was more than just.
Well, we talked about timing. Remember, we talked about timing. His team just won a Super Bowl. He did play in the season.
There's one thing I don't like about how Osweiler handled that whole thing. I know you want to play. I know you're trying to market your stuff. Yeah. But we ain't talking about some Matt Shaw, Matt Flynn type of guy that's for you. Right. We talking about Peyton Manning, whether he playing good or bad. That's disrespect, man. You got to respect the game, man.
Right. And then you don't answer phone calls when Broncos trying to call you to see what's going on.
You
guys know that's some bitch asses. Right?
It is. I mean, he did it all wrong. But, honestly, it wouldn't have worked. Like, if he had to pull the stunt and then, he didn't get the job and he had to come back, can you imagine how they would have treated him if he had to come back, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, and was they going to give him that kind of money, right? Was they going to give him that kind of money?
I just don't see him being successful, man. We talk about you in the spot where they was going to transition to you. You got multiple Pro Bowlers all over that team. Yeah. You go to Houston, nobody's going to block for you. You ain't going to have no multiple possessions there. When you mess up, it's going to hurt that team every single time.
I 100% agree. It was all set up for him. He was like the heir to the throne and all of that cool stuff. He couldn't wait. I mean, I guess he felt like they was going to crap on him or whatever because they had done won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. Basically, they won a Super Bowl without a quarterback, basically. And they were like, okay, well, we can win a Super Bowl without a quarterback. We don't really need it. We can pick up any Joe Schmo, i.e. a Mark Sanchez, and we can win. You know what I mean? We don't.
Well, Glass, do you remember Osweiler ever balling out in any of the games that he played, or he just managed it?
I think that first game he was in, he did play up to par. After that, he was just being I don't want to say game manager, but he was doing a good job. I'm not knocking him. Yeah. He is an up and coming quarterback, but like you say, it might have been disguised with the Broncos defense, and with all the offensive weapons he had, with Emmanuel Sanders. I can't even think of names now. I'm so mad.
Thomas.
Weapons right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man.
Yeah. But
I just hope it work out for him.
Yeah.
Him going about this whole thing like he's some proven quarterback.
He wanted to step out on his own. He didn't want to be overshadowed by the Broncos defense. He didn't want to be playing in Peyton Manning's shadow. And you know what? I say good for him. But here's the kicker though. This season is going to hinge on his performance. Now, I hope he learned something from Peyton Manning in the couple of years that he got a chance to sit behind him. I hope he's ready for this, because, again, he ain't got that quality team to give him the same type of protection or the same type of scoring ability or none of this kind of stuff. So he took a chance. He bet on himself.
I'm going to go ahead and say he duped the Houston Texans, man, for the money and the opportunity. Because he used the wins that team was getting. Because they ready to try. They knew what happened with them in Seattle the last time they all went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys on the Denver team was ready to seize a second chance. Brock Osweiler just happened to be on that team representing them wins because he on that team and that logo.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't got nothing to do with what the Broncos season eventually turned out.
He used it to his advantage, though. He showed up.
Guess what? He used it as leverage, and he fooled him.
Yeah, he did.
They gave him what they give him, Glass 70?
70-something, 73, 70-something like that. It was 70-something mil. Yeah.
70-something, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just go put this to you right now before we get into the schedule. Mm-hmm. After week 7, you might as well count Osweiler out. Whoever his backup is, that's who's going to finish off the rest of the season. For the simple fact,
they're going to destroy him in Denver.
As a diehard Denver Bronco fan, we feel a certain way about the Houston Texans for the simple fact. Gary Kubiak was the Texans head coach.
He was.
And the Texans were so bad, they gave him a stroke.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He got rid of him. Who was his backup? Who was that behind him?
Bill O'Brien.
Wade Phillips.
Oh, it was Wade Phillips. Yeah.
Which is our defensive coordinator.
Oh.
Yeah, he was 0-3.
Wow.
Now you went on ahead and took our quarterback that we had put,
he was the
we
heir
had
to the
put
throne.
together, the heir to the throne. Exactly. So yeah, after week 7, Brandon Whedon will be their starting quarterback for the rest of the season.
Now, just to throw it out there, you don't think that Brock Osweiler and his team, like they know what the situation is too. You don't think he got something to prove when he go into Denver? Saying, you know what, I was better than y'all anyway. You know
I hear all that.
I was better than y'all anyway.
We gonna actually see how good our offensive line is. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's funny right there. And it's weird that they got him going right back to Denver in his first season.
You knew that was happening. When it was their schedule, they got to do this.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Okay. So here go the Houston Texans, right? They got 2 back-to-back home games to start off. One against the Chicago Bears, which that one's tough. I like the Texans defense. Does their defense? They got enough pass rush to put Cutler on his back, because they let Cutler start doing his thing. They're gonna lose that game. Look, I'm gonna give the edge to the Houston defense. They beat Chicago in the opener, right? The Chiefs come in there. That's gonna be a good game right there too. I think the Houston Texans will give the Chiefs a good matchup. It's just Is the running back coming back healthy? Do they got enough to stop that? And that kind of, J.J. Watt and Clowney and Cushion, with them up front like that, man, I feel good about the Texans against a team like the Chiefs. And it's in Houston. You know what? I'm gonna give Houston the win here. That's a big win right there. That's a big win against a playoff contending team.
Ain't no way in hell.
They need to do it early. They got to win it on defense, right? They're not gonna blow them out by 3-4 touchdowns. That ain't gonna work. They go to Gillette and get smoked, right? The Titans come in there. The Titans gonna put on an offensive display against the Houston Texans. Marcus Mariota gonna look like a champ on the road. I got the Houston Texans losing against the Titans at home. They go to Minnesota. I got them beating the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota, right? I do. I got them beating Minnesota. Look, man. Here's the thing. Brock, I ain't putting it on Brock. I'm hanging in most of it on the Texans defense, right? Versus these.
What
these
defense and Texas defense you speak of?
They got a pretty good pass rush, and and they secondary ain't too bad. They actually had some pretty good interceptions last year. They were okay.
You do know the Vikings still have Adrian Peterson, right?
Listen, man, Adrian Peterson. You're talking to a person who. My team done faced the Vikings and Adrian Peterson over the last couple seasons. And I know Adrian Peterson can be silenced. I know he can be slowed down. And the Texans are a good team to do that.
That's your team. We ain't talking about your team. We talking about the Texans, bro.
Listen, the Panthers don't got J.J. Watt. The Panthers don't got Brian Cushion. You know what I'm saying? We don't got them players.
But your team averaged way more turnovers and sacks than
you're absolutely right. You're right about that.
So I'm going to have to tell you, you better take your stock out of this Texas defense you speak of.
Listen, against
besides a couple of players, they pretty whack.
Listen, against Alex Smith and the Chiefs, I like the Texans defense. Against Teddy Bridgewater and Stephon Diggs and Adrian Peterson, I like the Texans defense. I mean, I'm just saying I like their defense against them 2 particular teams. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I think they can win those games, right? So that's where it gets weird. So then when you get throwing teams come in there, like the Colts or whatever, then it gets crazy. Then I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if they fast enough to keep up with teams that like to throw the ball like that, especially with a crazy deep threat like T.Y. Hilton going on. I don't know. See, I think they will lose that game. They probably going to get beat down by the Broncos defense. They probably not going to be able to score no points, right? And then, of course, they got a chance against the Lions. But, this one here at home, against the Lions, I like them winning against the Lions too. So out of the first 8 games, I got them winning 4 of them, and they got one big win in there against the Chiefs. Big win in week 2, Glass.
Okay, I'm not. I hear what you're saying. Maybe I'm just listening another way. Mm-hmm. I got them beating the Bears. I got them losing to the Chiefs and Patriots. I wish they have a chance to beat the Patriots because Tom Brady not there yet. But Belichick is not gonna let O'Brien out-coach him.
Oh no.
I got them with the L. Got them beating the Titans, losing to the Vikings, beating the Colts, losing to the Broncos. beating the Lions. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. They are 4-4, right? In that week.
Yeah. Okay, so our record was okay. I mean, they kind of close, but you give them different wins than me. Okay, JB, where you at? Oh, anyway, I gotta give a shout out to my man T Money in the building. He liked the Chiefs over the Texans, and he still got the Texans winning the division though. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. All right,
Who
JB,
said this?
This is Mr. T Money 1993.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
You ready for this shit?
I am. Let's do it.
All right. Season opener, loss. Week 2, loss. Week 3, loss. Week 4, loss. Week 5, loss. Week 6, overtime, win. Week 7, loss. Brock is out. Week 8, loss. Week 10, loss. Week 11, loss. Week 12, loss. Week 13, loss. Week 14, loss. Week 15, win. Week 16, loss. Week 17, win.
Two wins on the season.
I'm gonna say 3. Let me be realistic.
Okay.
Hey, you guys talking about me, the Titans. What is up with that?
I'm just that was rough right there, boy.
Okay. Let me strengthen my little.
No. I think it's feasible, right? It's just I don't know, man. That's
okay. Houston took a step back when they lost Johnson, Aaron Foster, key guys in the secondary, right? They can't keep damn cushions upright, okay? Only star on that defense, I don't know where Jonathan Joseph been. The only star on that defense is JJ. They can't get Clowney to ever generate no more than a pressure or a knockdown, which is a culminate for about at least 5 penalties last season for late hit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's not going to work, man. It just ain't going to work. And they won a division by everybody else sucking, and that's just not the way. You can't look at that division title and be proud of that. No, especially when you go to you get a free ticket to the playoffs and host the game and had a week or so to prepare, and the Patriots come in there and just it's like an extra week of regular season. Hell no, I don't believe in him.
Well, so listen, look, Mr. T. What he say? JB so disrespectful this season in the Stephen A. voice. You've been a little bit disrespectful this season, though, for real.
Really, man, that ain't.
Wow, Glass. Is there anything for us to even like after that? What do we do? What do we do after that?
Let's just finish up and see what me and you say. We know what JB.
How do we finish up with that? So we both had them at 4-4 at the bye. All right, coming off the bye, they got Jacksonville on the road. They got Jacksonville on the road. They lose that game. They got the Raiders on the road. They lose that game. They got the Chargers in their building. Team would like to throw the ball. I said they beat the Chargers at home. Lose against the Packers. Lose against the Colts. Lose against the Jags at home. Definitely gonna lose to the Bengals. Okay, I kind of see where JB coming from. I can kind of see it, but But listen, I still got them 6. I got them winning 6 of them though, guys. I got them winning 6.
Okay. Now we like I said. Now we just having in our head that Osweiler is out after the bye. Before the bye week.
Yeah, right before the bye week. Yeah.
So we got the Jaguars and the Raiders lost. Chargers, they might beat the Chargers. I got the Packers losing to the Colts, losing to the Jaguars, losing to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Might beat the Titans. I got them finishing 6-10 also.
Yeah, we're Brock Osweiler, man. So listen, man. Now, only thing that could so Team Money got Jags winning the division, which we agreed on. Colts coming in 2nd, the Titans coming in 3rd, and the Texans coming in 4th. So I will say, I like the Texans in the basement. It's we give them 6 wins, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Did we? What did we give I think I gave the Titans.
You gave the Titans 9-7.
9-7. Okay, that's right, 9-7. And the Jags was somewhere around that too, 9-7, 10-6, right? And so 10 wins is gonna win the division. So that's where I'm at. Glass, how you got them stacked up?
Wait. So stack them up one more time.
I got the Texans with 6 wins, right?
Okay.
I got the Titans with 6 wins.
Okay.
Right. The Colts with 9 wins, and the Jags with 10. Okay,
man. All right, let me tell you what you got on. I'm glad I write this stuff down.
Okay, well, how I had it? I didn't have nobody less than 6.
You got the Colts in the basement, Texans, Jaguars, Titans.
Colts. What I gave Colts? I gave Colts what 6?
You gave Colts 5-11. Man.
Okay, yeah, 5. Okay, 5 and 6. Okay, cool. All right. And I had Colts in the basement. Then I had the Titans after that. The Titans had 6.
No. Then you had the Texans at 6 and 10.
Okay, all right.
Then you had the Jaguars at 8 and 8, and then you have the Titans at 9 and 7.
Oh,
that's why people. That's why I'm telling you. Yeah. Rearrange that stuff, bro.
Yeah, no. I thought we agreed that the Jags was gonna win a division with 9 games.
No, you said that. We didn't say that. You said that.
But you gave the Jaguars 8 and 8, bro.
Okay, well, man, they can stretch it to 9. I mean, 8, 9.
Okay, so it's gonna be you got 9 and 7 with the Jaguars and 9 and 7 with the Titans.
Yeah, because it'll be pretty tight. You know, it come down to a tiebreaker game somewhere in there. You know what I mean?
All right.
That's cool. All right, where you at, bud?
I got the Titans in the basement at 3 and 13, coming up with a tie between the Texans and the Colts at 6 and 10. I'm gonna give it to the Texans. No, I'm gonna give it to the Colts. So I'm gonna go Titans, Colts, Texans, and Jaguars win the division at 9 and 7.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's probably what's gonna happen though, JB. Like the Jags are probably gonna win a division. They're probably gonna win it with about 9 games. It's gonna be a tiebreaker between them and who was it? The Titans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. This is what I got, man. Okay, I said it was a variable in there between the 10th game for Tennessee or the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm gonna respectfully give it to Jacksonville, so that they get the 10th win, they get the division. Tennessee second. I did say when we were doing the Colts that the Colts would go 5 and 11 and be last. Yeah. But I don't like nothing about Houston and their schedule, so they're gonna be 3 and 13, and third place would be the 5 and 11 Colts. So there you go.
Okay. So at the end of the day, though, so the Jags still win the division, and the Texans fall from grace. They don't get no free division titles.
Glad to write this down because I'm not real solid about my answer that the Jags will win it. I think the Titans could probably get that 10 win somewhere. It could be head-to-head.
I mean, it's gonna be because honestly, I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna have the same record at the end. You know, I just think it depends on who beats who during the regular season and all that kind of stuff. So they're gonna. I think the Jags win it on the tiebreaker. You know, I think
both teams potentially got 2 free divisional games because it'll be available.
Oh yeah, definitely. So next week we got the NFC North, which we want to talk about the NFC North for a while. We wanted to talk about Aaron Rodgers and Adrian Peterson and all them boys and Jay Cutler.
All I know is the way you talk about the Lions. I know the Lions gonna be in last place in your head, bro.
More than likely, because they pretty much the team is depleted except for Ziggy Ansah. He's a shining star of the team right now. He by himself though. You know what I mean? They ain't got nobody else. Megatron was holding them down for a minute. They got quarterback situations. I don't know.
They got Golden Tate.
They got Golden Tate. I mean, but you talking about Golden Tate filling the shoes of Calvin Johnson though? Is that what we're trying to assume?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Okay.
In trouble.
You know what I mean? So that's what we was trying to assume. Anyway, but that's what we're going to be. Just to give you guys a heads up, that's what we're going to do in NFC North next week. And then the last AFC team was which one? The AFC East, which that's the one we haven't done yet, right? Yeah, that'll be the last one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then you said I can't remember if they're for NFC South. I got to go back and look. I can't remember if I was. Oh, yeah, the NFC South was the second show we did. Yeah, that's what it was. It was we did the Broncos, and then we did the NFC South, and then we did AFC North. So we did our 3 divisions first. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for Hatbox. Look, boy, I'm saying Texans and Jacksonville 8 and 8, Titans 4 and 12. Yeah, I had hope for Marcus Mariota in the Titans. I actually wanted them to win more games.
I like Hatbox. Hatbox is sensible. Go ahead, man.
But look, he just don't want to get nobody no wins, man. I'm just saying he ain't gonna get nobody no wins. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he got the Colts 9 and 7. But of course he got the Colts. See, you like Hatbox, but he got the Colts winning 9 games. You know what I'm saying? So,
what did they do last year?
They won like 3. You know what I'm saying? 3 or 4, right? How many did they win last year?
Who's this, Colts?
Yeah.
No, they went 8 and 8 last year.
Oh, they went 8 and 8. Okay, I see where you're coming from there. So just give them one extra win, and they win the division. You know what I'm saying? And they win the division. And so that's cool. I think I like that. All right, cool. So anyway, you guys have been awesome, man. You guys have been great. We got only a couple more of these little division breakdown shows left to do. How many is it, Glass? 3? 2?
3. 3? Whoa, how many is it, man?
No.
We did it. We're doing.
We got 2 NFCs and one AFC, right?
Oh, okay. What 2 NFC? I know NFC East and.
No, you're right. That's it. It's just NFC East. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And 2 AFCs. No, just we got 2 weeks left. That's all we got. Yeah,
right,
we got 2 weeks.
right,
Okay, good. Yeah.
right,
Anyway, yeah, Misty must say I like the Titans roster.
Oh, I forget. I missed the show.
Yeah, there you go. So you behind one, bro. You behind one. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't know if you guys have seen it on Twitter, but I did see it today or yesterday or last night. Glass has already put out the tweet for the 2016 Pick 'em and Shut Up League. Glass, I already signed up. I went ahead and did it.
Good job, bro.
So I'm in there. So you guys go ahead and do it. I'll let Glass talk about that for a minute. It says all good, guys. Have fun this week, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, hey Hatbox, it was great for you to come in and check us out, man. All right, Glass, go ahead and put yourself over and let everybody know what's going on with you, and we'll go ahead and put a zipper on this one.
Cool. As always, you will find me here on TeamBoydTV Live every Wednesday. I don't know. Every Monday. I'm sorry. We all still last year. Every Monday.
In 2015 mode, bro.
Right. If you don't see me here, you can check me out on Twitter, Facebook, at Get With It Sports, the place where you get your sports with a little swag. If you need to get in contact with me, you can find me on Spreaker. Let me not forget that. We got podcasts on Spreaker. We got the 2 Cent Deposit on Sports. I'm going to have YouTube back on here because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Mm-hmm. And my Mile High Stampede podcast, which is everything Denver Broncos, of course. And of course, as Big Q said, we have the infamous Pick 'em and Shut Up League on Yahoo Sports. I'm going to go ahead, since you listen to the show and watching the show, I'm going to go ahead and give you everything you need to know in order to sign up. You ain't got to work hard for it.
There you go.
Go to Yahoo Sports, hit fantasy, hit the pro football pick'em. Group ID is 4025, and the password is Pigskin Swag, capital P, capital S.
Yeah. You
should get right in, and we're going to have fun this season. I'm doing a whole lot of trash talking. By the way, you two picking games, I know I'm still going to be on top. So
well, peep this, though. T. Money said he had to make sure he didn't get put out for being too good.
Yeah, dude, I ain't scared of none of y'all. And if you need to get in contact with me, email me at getwithsports2, that's number 2 at gmail.com.
That's hilarious, man.
All right. Hey, Glass, good plug, man.
Yeah. Hey, JB, what's going on with you, man? Let everybody know what's going on. Put yourself over real quick.
Okay. Sorry I missed the show last week.
Yeah.
I still see all the great participation like always. So one man do not stop the show.
No.
As the train kept rolling. But anyway, I went back and started following more people on my new Twitter because my old one got compromised, which is just Raven Shogun. And so if I hadn't followed you, I will. I promise I will. Definitely before the regular season. And you can always find me either here on Twitter as Raven Shogun.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I think all that right there is great, man. And so the Twitter thing is coming along pretty good, huh? You getting everything back? You got most people back in there already?
Most people. I need them Steelers and them Bengals back, man.
Yeah, you need them.
They don't want to accept me.
Yeah, you got to get some enjoyment out of your Sundays, right? Anyway,
hey, you know who we missing? Dave. Where's Dave?
I saw Dave today. Dave was he had to put a video up talking about the Hall of Fame game stuff and how he was upset. But yeah, so he's around. He's doing his thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I want to thank you guys for again for joining the show today. Glass forgot to mention, you can see us here on Monday nights on YouTube and on Facebook. I give a shout out to my Facebook Live people. You guys have been supporting us pretty good. I was supposed to do the Black and Blue podcast last Saturday, but it was the Hall of Fame ceremony, so I didn't want to take no shine from that, and I wanted to watch it too. So, by the way, and of course, Brett Favre pushed it way to like after 11 o'clock or whatever the case may be. So. Episode 1 of this season's Black and Blue podcast will be this Saturday, and then of course Glass didn't mention it, but yeah, we will be on Facebook Live on Wednesday mornings at 11:30 for 3 and Out. We had a good show. The debut show last week was pretty good. We had some fun.
Yep.
Tangling it up with the people over on Facebook. It was pretty cool. So if you guys want to, if you're around and you're able to, and you can be around early in the morning to kick it with us doing some NFL debate, we're doing that on Facebook Live on Wednesday mornings, and it's at facebook.com/TeamBoydTV. And you can go ahead and do that. And check us out and have some fun with us. And other than that, though, you can follow me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. We only got 2 more weeks left, and then we get to talk about some real and pick some real games. Well, actually, we don't get to pick games this year because we're doing Monday night. So we get to pick Monday night games. So, but we get to get some nice reaction from Sunday, though. So that would be great. So I think, it's going to work out pretty good. 2 more weeks, y'all. I know y'all were upset about the Hall of Fame game. I know I was. But we only got 2 more weeks, and we can talk about some real stuff. So let's enjoy our preseason games. Go ahead and evaluate your teams, man. Have fun with it because the season is almost here. Anyway, for JB and Glass, I'm your boy Big Q again. This is Team Boy TV Live, and we'll catch y'all next week. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Yeah. You already know, but it's Izzo. Yeah. Look. Check it out, y'all. Make sure you all peek the weekly live NFL show and watch it blow with hosts JB, Glass, and Big Q. You